to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker. We are back again, and I am blasted. So I feel like talking some shit, things that's on my mind under the influence, you know. Some people might be upset, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I think this episode is going to be about pushing the reset button, going into a new relationship. How many of you done that? Yeah, you know. You can't take old habits and things that you've practiced in last relationships and the new relationships. The fuck are we doing here? Have you pressed the reset button? You know, I know old habits are hard to break. They're hard to break. You know, but dating someone new, do you go into that new situation fucking the same, talking the same, dressing the same, weighing the same? You know it's a new situation. It's a new relationship. So what do you do going into a new relationship that you haven't done in the past? Or do you press the reset button? How hard is it to let things go? You know, everybody was raised different, right? And depending on how you were raised, you might look at men or women a certain way, right? Some women would think that all men are liars. Some men would think that all women are whores and liars and a bunch of other things, right? But, you know, at a certain age, you know, you're kind of stuck in your ways. And you believe that all men or all women are this way. And at a certain age, is it okay, or not even okay, but is it somewhat easy to press the reset button where you got to start all over again? I think at a certain age you kind of like set in your ways, right? So based on those values that came out of your household, you look at men a certain way or women a certain way, and that shit sticks with you forever. Not all. I can't say all. Because you know, I can't say all because a particular woman or a particular man that you love so much, right, might make you change your ways based on how much you love this person. But it'll be a journey, and before you guys actually get there, it'll be a lot of button heads and arguments and fights and shit like that. But even after you get through that, how many people stay? How many people get through that? How were you taught to deal with men or women? I can speak for myself. Growing up, I seen my mom's. She was a single mother, so there were things that I see my moms do, and she sacrificed time to be able to pay for certain things. So I remember my mom's needing to work on Thanksgiving morning, and she would prepare the food the night before, the food that she could prepare, and then had me actually just put shit in the oven right, to cook it. And I would speak to her during the course of the day, and she would tell me when to take it out or when to put something in. And then at a certain time, I'll go down to my friend's house. So she sacrificed the time to pay for certain things or pay for the house that we were living in. So when it comes to women, for me, it's about the sacrifices that you're willing to make your situation with me or anyone for that matter. When I look at other people's situation as well, the sacrifices that you're willing to make your situation, your relationship that much better. How and what are you willing to sacrifice? You know, what are the things that you are willing to change about yourself to make this situation work? Old habits are hard to break. I'm just being honest. They are. And some of those old habits or old things that you might hold on to, right? Like, for instance, I had a conversation with my cousin, Son, and I was telling her how I feel like a lot of women are nurturing. It's easy for a woman, this was my argument. It's easy for a woman to cook, clean, and fuck. Those are the things that somewhat comes natural. You know, caring, lovey-dovey, that type of shit. But a lot of times I found that when you ask a woman to go above and beyond or to do something that she hasn't normally done, it's hard for them to step up to the plate. If I ask you to make conscious decisions on what you put in your body, and for the last 15, 20 years, you've been eating pork, drinking liquor, smoking weed, and now in this situation, I'm asking you to not eat pork and also working out, putting the weed down, putting the booze down. And I won't even say for the rest of your life. Let's say for 6 months. And even drop 15, 20 pounds and keep it off. I feel like when you ask people to go above and beyond and do things that are out of their comfort zone, they have a hard problem with it. That takes a lot of discipline that they probably never practice in their life. Because all the other relationships prior to you only consisted of them being able to throw that ass back, make a steak, right? And rub your feet and put your head on their bosom. Right? But if I ask you to do something that you haven't normally done in the past relationship, why should it be a problem? Let me see you do things that are out of your comfort zone. That's impressive. Real shit. And let me see you do it on a consistent basis. It's easy to do it once or twice. But show me what you haven't done in any of your relationships prior to me. And based on who raised you, will determine how you go about relationships. I truly believe that. If you are a guy and you had a father that was a player, and he been a player, but he took care of the house, most likely you'll be a player that take care of the house until you get caught. You fucking with a woman that had the total opposite, and she can't stand players. Or a woman that all she knows is love, family, her daddy bringing flowers home for her mama every Friday, replacing them with the ones in the vase. You know what I'm saying? He cooking, he cleaning, he holding it down like a real man should. You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean paying for everything. It just means being present, right? His scent is lingering through the home. You know it's a man in this house. Sometimes that's all a woman needs. Letting the people on the outside of this home know that it's a man in this home. Yeah. But you know, a lot of times, especially nowadays, I see that, you know, people, parents, the new generation, it's fucked up. That's the Gen Zs and the Alphas. The Gen Zs and the Alphas are fucked up. The Alphas are 2013, 2005. And the Gen Zs is 97, I think, to like 2012, 2013. That generation is fucked up. Those are the kids that are born, that names are Rihanna, Beyonce, and they fucked up. They're fucked up. Because the birth of those children are the millennials. From like 81 to like 96, 97, something like that. Yeah. And those babies have damn near, they're close to like, those names consist of like passed down names, so to speak, right? It's a little bit more edgier. So you might have a Lisa or Michelle in 81, 80, up until 96. You just gotta think about who was popping in 96. Yeah. So a woman that gave birth in 96, she might have named her baby Nas. I'm just saying. And then you got the Gen X, right? The 65 to 80s. That's when you get the Carls, the Charles, you know, shit like that. And that's like the Reagan era. It's the crack era. Crazy. So a lot of those kids, a lot of those men that are men and women now are hustlers. They've been through some shit. They could tell you a lot of stories. Yeah. Especially if their family was in that shit. You know what I'm saying? They could tell you a lot of shit. They got a lot of wisdom with them. Like, it's almost movie-like. Like if you sit amongst them, they could tell you some things. It'll seem unreal. Correct. This is a fact. I ain't bullshitting you. I ain't come here to bullshit you. Then you got the boomers that's like in the 40s and the 60s up to the 60s or some shit. Those motherfuckers is crazy. They're revolutionaries. Cause that was like around the time the Civil Acts rights was signed. Yeah, it's a fact. So those babies they different. They ready to take on the world. Fuck it. And then you got the silent. The silent is 1920s to 1945. All their names are Herberts, There's a lot of hermits there. Yeah. It's real shit. It's real. I'm just, I'm sorry. But you could definitely tell who raised who. You give it enough time. Those core values could be detrimental to a relationship. And going into a new relationship, you should always listen to your partner and practice, the new. You should never stay stagnant, right? Because a lot of times, if you know, you know. My favorite rapper is Rakim. From Rakim and Eric B. Rakim, and this is my own personal opinion, I feel like Rakim flow didn't keep up with the times. And because of that, he kind of got drowned out by the new flows that were coming along. Until this day, that man is old enough to probably be my pop, but his flow didn't evolve. The way he bounced on the track, he still talked that shit. Until today, he still talks that shit. But the way he bounced on the tracks, it didn't evolve. It didn't advance with the times, right? And in relationships, especially if you are a serial dater or, you've been in a few relationships from year to year, going into a new relationship with a new man, why shouldn't you be a new woman? The same hairstyle that you had in the past relationship, girl, you better think of a new one. Yeah. On some real shit, like maybe, and even if, you don't take it in the ass and he likes to, you might have to explore it one time. You might even enjoy it. I'm just saying, you might, shit. At least try it, Yeah. You can't suck his cockosaurus the way you did the last one. Ain't gonna work. You gotta be a little bit better. You should always strive to be better than the last. Listen. You could not listen to me. You could not. But I know some things. A little bit. I've been through some things. I just be trying to share my life with you guys. And I try to be as transparent as possible. The first time I looked on a vagina until now, it's different. It's different. It was one time I wouldn't touch a vagina with this mouth. Wouldn't do it. I think that every year they say that like every 3 to 5 years you should become a new person. Should it be that way in a relationship? Are you meeting your partner's expectations of you? Are you? But I always feel like you should check in with your partner as well. I said this on another show. Why don't you see if you're meeting your partner's expectations? Even after you are in a relationship for some time or you're married. Do you check in with your partner? Right? You think because he gets off by you sucking the soul out of him, right? That he's okay with it because he gets off. But seriously, should you always keep it fresh and new? Should you always be practicing and trying to stay fly for your guy? Even after a fucking baby. Don't use that as an excuse, please. Because if I met you a size, if I met you a size 2, and some time has passed, and we done had babies and all of that, and I'm on my workout shit, and guys, keep it 110. If you on your workout shit, should you not be pulling your lady along? You looking at this bitch every day in the gym on the treadmill with that fat old ass. Why don't you let your lady know that's what you like? You spend more time in the gym because you know it's some bad motherfuckers there, right? But why not get your lady to that standard? And you should be okay with telling her what you like. And she should be okay with trying to get to that status, achieve those goals, give you the fantasy. Yeah, always. Even if y'all motherfuckers grow together and get to the other age, you know that age, but things start to slow down. Keep it sexy for me. Yeah. So as a little boy, you know, my mom used to tell me that she was my only girlfriend. Not in like the crazy, twisted minds of people, right? But meaning like, she was the only girl that I should care about. Yeah, she told me that. Like, basically, don't give these little nasty girls too much of your heart. They're gonna break it. I didn't listen to her, right? And the first little puppy love that I had, I would talk to my moms about it. And in so many words, my moms didn't push me like in the opposite direction, like leave that girl alone. She basically said like, you know, you're young, just have fun with her. Now, that was translated to me differently in my mind. She said, just have fun with her, right? You're young, just have fun. In my mind, I took that as just fuck with no feelings involved. But see, I'm a Pisces. And a lot of times, me being behind, I'm not gonna say it, came from emotion, quick-tempered, and then, but you know, yeah, that's how I took it. The second like little heartbreak I had, I was like a couple years after hers. I went to Hofstra. She used to come get me from the block. Like, while she was in Hofstra, studying, going to class, and fucking on her off time, I was on the stoop selling crack 1,000,000 miles per hour. Heartbreak, when you feel like you in love, I started blowing something else. Run, them boys. Yeah. I was different. I was different. Now, child, I make the best pancakes and cookies. Cookies from scratch. That's all I'm into now. Fuck all that other shit. I'm telling you, I just came on here to talk my shit. Yeah, I just came on here to talk my shit. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Yo, fuck what the other nigga was saying to you prior to me, right? Yeah, prior to me or him. That shouldn't even fucking matter, right? So going into a new situation, your new man should never hear the values of another man that you dated prior to him, right? That's when you press the reset button. Cause that shit that son told you prior to me shouldn't matter now. How does it? He not me. It's a whole fact. How did this shit end? So why the fuck are you amongst me in this new relationship talking about the past nigga or reciting this past nigga cause and values on women? That relationship failed, right? It failed. If you want this new relationship to propel into the stratosphere, you better press the reset button. Cause he's not me. And he's not the guy that you're dating now. Who gives a fuck what he thought of women? Who gives a fuck how he treated you? Listen, little love, I'm different. The new guy is different. I'm not him, he's not me, right? That relationship failed. What you want this one to do? So when you ask me a question and I give you an answer, that's the answer. Your rebuttal shouldn't be what you learned prior to. My answer is the only answer that should matter. Especially if you're trying to fuck with me on some serious shit. What we talking about here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck that, I'm not sorry. Yo, can I tell you a story real quick? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. So, we go out to a club one night, me and the crew. We doing what we do. This little joint I met one time. This is how crazy I used to be. Bananas. So we go out to the club. I was getting a couple dollars at the time. We in the spot. I see this bad little chocolate joint walk by under the strobe lights. And I want to believe it was Biggie Hypnotized playing. Strobe lights going. That thing walked by, looked like she was floating. I was getting a couple dollars. And I was with my guys. Chuck the Butt and Big DS. My guy Al might have been there too. I see this joint. We buying bottles. I had a couple dollars. We drinking champagne. We having a great time. We get outside. I see Shorty in the front of the spot. Now, mind you, the line coming out the spot was crazy. Shorty was rubbing some dude's head. I said something to the shooter first. Yo, I'm about to, all right, yo, go ahead, do that. Yeah. I said, yo, Shorty, you can rub my head? Just a wild, young, just young and wild. Just a young gun, wild. Yo, you can rub my head? She stopped rubbing son's head and started rubbing mine. So, as she's rubbing my head, we talking, we vibing. She tell me her name. When she told me her name, I was like, Sheba, baby. Sheba, Sheba. I got that number. She came to the town. She was from another borough. She came to the town to come see me. She came to the town to come see me in the range. I had that thing eating hood chicken wings. That thing jumped out the truck, signaled for me. I was young. All the older dudes from my neighborhood was like, I knew it was for this young nigga. Chill. Listen here. This fucking resume, it reads great. Let me talk my shit, cause I'm a little tipsy. You come to my motherfucking neighborhood. I don't give a fuck who you ask. I've been that. And if I want to talk that shit, I could talk it. I go to work, I get all the money. I want all the hours, I want all the money. Cause I'm from something, right? I didn't make the mistakes that other motherfuckers made, giving these bird-ass bitches babies and have the white man in court telling you what you need to pay for this child. No. I never told on anybody, and these fucking hands are like pistols. But I need to add this. At this age, I avoid all that shit. I want to make breakfast. I want my pancakes, when I take them and flip them and put them on the plate for you, I want them to do the Harlem Shake. It's a fact. It's a fact. I like reading a little book here and there. You know what I'm saying? Discovery Channel shit. But don't you ever get it twisted. If you ever invite me into the street, even at this age, I practice for that. I can't tell you, listen, I won't get there fast enough. But I stay away from that, so I won't have to do that, because I'm going the extra mile. I am. And because of my last name, I feel like I have to remind you just who I am. But if I want to talk that shit, I could talk that shit. Just leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. I'm the most respectful and coolest motherfucker that you'll ever meet. You meet me, I got whiskey, I got cigars, you could drink and smoke with me. Keep all that other shit, that gangster shit, away from me, bro. At this age, gangster is loving your lady the way you supposed to, being the man that she needs you to be. Right? Taking care of your family. Conducting yourself around other men like you supposed to, whether they be gangsters or squares. Fuck all that dick eating shit, right? Bigging another man up because he was a gangster or he is a gangster. Everybody get treated the same. It's facts. It's facts. I'm sorry to the people that had to join gangs, Blood, Crip, whatever other gang there is out there. I never had to do it. Because I keep it 110 with Bloods, Crips, whoever. And I am who I am. I'm sorry. But, you know, every now and again, I feel like sometimes I gotta remind niggas. But that's why I stay away. I've been doing a real good job staying to myself. Building the crib, putting things in my house where I feel like that will keep me away from the sucker shit. And it's a fact. Man cave, crazy. Upstairs, crazy. You know, got all the things I need in my home where it doesn't, like, it keeps me away and it doesn't allow me to roam too far away. And I invite people to the home that have the same or similar mentality that I have. That just want to have a great time. Yeah. That won't backdoor me. It's a lot of that going on in my neighborhood right now. Sucker, backdooring shit. I'm sorry, he's not the man that you need him to be. You should have waited. Not for me, but for a better choice. Stop being so anxious. Giving the pussy to the wrong nigga. Yeah. And you found out he was the wrong nigga based on how fast he was trying to get you pregnant. He ain't shit. He ain't gonna ever be shit. He don't want anything out of life. How a nigga in his 40s, yo, let me tell you, I had to curb that. I was about to say some shit. Certain shit gets old. And if you still hear a motherfucker in his 40s talking silly young shit, that's all he's ever gonna be. Is a silly, young, old nigga. Facts. That's what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. We are going to close out the show. I'm gonna let y'all know. Listen, it's Tim weather. If you don't got a motherfucking pair of Tims on right now, right? And the pea coat with the toggles, yeah, real shit. A scarf, yeah, smelling like that. Listen, I love a little juke. I take it back, right? I take it back to the older colognes. Jupe, Izzy Miyake, you know what I mean? Versace, Blue Jean, yeah, Nordica. Yo, listen, don't get it twisted. I got James Bond #9. What? Yeah. Fuck out of here. Listen, ain't nothing like a great smelling man. Beard all smelling motherfucking minty fresh. Y'all don't understand. But this right now is Tim weather. Get it together. And I'm tired of you fucking terrible dressing men. I'm tired of it. The next man I see with a terrible outfit, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Your woman looking like she does, stepping out with that shit on, smelling good. And you all shabby looking. If your fucking beard don't connect, don't try to grow it. Right? Cut that shit. Well, try, right? But if you see after like trying, it doesn't connect, cut that shit off. You can't do it. Yeah. Leave it alone, man. Pork chop, sideburns and all that, man. Leave that shit, man. Leave that shit. Word. You know? That's all. Don't see me and want to do something, because I'm going to want to do it too. You that upset because I told you you got pork chop, sideburns, and you see me and want to do something, please, because I'm going to want to do it too. Yeah, and then I'm going to go home and fucking make dinner like nothing happened and read a book while you in the hospital stitched up. But listen, man, this is real shit. Leave me the fuck alone, right? Don't be upset with me. Cause I told you that you got a fucking hammer toe that's so big that look like your sneakers look like it's a boxing glove with the thumb out. Don't, please stop. Don't. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Cause you know what? I'm gonna go. Cause I'm blasted. And I don't, like I said, I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way. But push the motherfucking reset button on any new relationship. Stop holding on to the past, shorty. Or my guy. Stop holding on to the past. New ones are new ones. Old ones is old ones. Leave the old shit in the past. Alright? So with that being said, we gonna sign out with the shit. We rollin', bitches.